If you have been applying to IT audit jobs, you have been sending out applications after applications and you are getting nothing back. I need you to stop and watch this video before you send one more because I have coached dozens of people throughout this process. And what I'm about to tell you is almost never what people expect to hear. The problem is almost never what you think it is. And once you understand what is actually happening, then you can fix it. Welcome to Liars Academy. My name is Layo. On this channel is where I help people break into IT audit, grow in the IT audit career space, and do the actual work with confidence. If you are new here, please subscribe today. And if you are my previous follower, make sure you share the video to your friends and family that would need it. So today I'm going to be talking about why most people never get an IT audit job even after 100 applications. I'm going to talk about the real reasons, the fix, and based on data and real coaching experience, like the things I've seen in my previous video. Okay, before I get into the 5 reasons, I want to give you some context around this. Like, I want to give you some context around this because the job market is genuinely, when I say genuinely, harder than the motivational posts on LinkedIn are telling you. This is not an opinion, this is data from like 2025 and 2026. So, the average job posting right now receives 242 applications, and the average applicant has a 2 to 3% chance of reaching an interview. Yes, as small as 2 to 3%. And roughly 75% of resumes are screened before a human ever sees them. Okay, like before your resume even gets to HR, like to someone reviewing it, then like it's only like 25% of resumes. That means 75% of resumes are screened before they get to a human being that can look at your skills and say, oh, this person qualified. So if you're sending 100 applications and you are hearing nothing, you are not failing. It is not as if you are failing. You are experiencing exactly what the data currently predicts will happen when you apply without strategy. So if you're applying without strategy, then there's a fix for it. That's okay. Another thing the data does not tell you, in a specialized field like IT audit, the problem is almost never competition volume. The candidates who get interviews are actually not sending more applications. They're actually sending better ones. There are people interviewing, like people are interviewing every day. I've seen people in the last 1 week, 2 weeks getting back to back interview. At the same time, there are people that are not getting one single interview. Then that means something is wrong and you're not doing something right. Okay. The people that are getting interviews are not that they are more prepared, okay, like they are just using the right approach and right strategy. Everything I'm going to walk you through comes back to preparation, it comes back to quality, not the number of application you do, not the application quantity. So let's get right into reason one. You are applying without building the foundation first, and this is the most common one I see. You are applying to IT audit roles before you even know what IT audit is. Like before you don't even understand the job descriptions you are applying it. You don't have foundational knowledge, okay, that would even get you through maybe like the first phone screen or something. Here's what I mean. When a hiring manager gets on a phone call with you, maybe you get, a call from a recruiter and they're asking you, tell me about your experience, tell me what you know about IT general control, or they're telling you to talk about SOX, you've applied for SOX roles, or how you would approach testing a control. If you cannot answer those questions with like real depth, like then it's not happening, right? Okay, most times, and this also speaks on your resume. You've done a resume and it's not even speaking to IT audit jobs at all. There is no way you will go past the screening stage. Right now, data confirms that 86% of hiring managers now hire for skills first, not degree. It's okay, you have all the certifications on your resume, you have all the degrees, but like your resume is not speaking domain specific knowledge, it's not speaking to the job description. You are applying for IT audit roles, like you are not even demonstrating the key foundations of IT. You are not showing that you understand what you are applying for. You actually don't need the years of experience, you need the right vocabulary and conceptual knowledge. Okay, then let's go to reason number Two, your resume does not speak IT audit language. It's very simple. I'm saying this like kindness because this is one of the easiest thing to fix. You are writing your resume and you're just writing it like a layman. Research also shows that the median resume is missing 52% of the keywords from the job description it is being submitted to. Most hiring managers will scan resumes under 8 seconds. So if the right language, what they are looking for is not in your first five bullet points, you're already out. Like you are out. There's nothing you can do. For example, these are some of the examples I'm giving here. You are applying and you say, I reviewed user access law. What is that? Okay, why can't we use it in audits like professional language? I tested access management, IT general controls, including user provisioning and periodic access reviews against IT policy 4.2 requirements, or like the organization's and policy. This statement clearly shows you know what you are doing, okay? It shows that you know the tax, you understand what you are testing as against I reviewed user access log, okay? Another one, I helped with compliance tax. What compliance? You could say something like, I supported SOX 404 ITGC documentation and evidence collection across change management and IT operations control domains. Okay, so this are the work, like you reviewed user access log. It's the same thing as tested access management, but the language is everything. There is no hiring manager that will pick up your resume and see languages like this that would not move you forward to the next stage. Now let's go to reason three. You cannot walk through like your IT general controls with confidence. Like again, I'm talking about foundation. I'm talking about basic IT audit, IT SOX audit here. Okay, you cannot like okay now you've even moved, you've got into hiring manager, and then you cannot even describe the process. They are asking you basic foundational concept. Tell me about how you identify the risk or control gap, and then you cannot even answer. Using a star format. That would also kick you out right away. Most times you are given an assessment, like maybe a pre-assessment before you are called for the main interview, and questions like this are asked and you cannot even talk about it confidently. This would also kick your applications out. Then let's go to reason number four. You are applying in silence with no relationships. Forget, if you don't have connections, you are not networking, your resume might not get any traction. And this one is very uncomfortable to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you are applying in silence with no relationship, then you might not get a headway. 85% of jobs are filled through networking, not job boards. Most of these jobs you see they are posting on the job boards, they've actually been filled. Like there are people that would have done internal referrals. And most times internal referrals are 6 times more effective than all other candidate sources. You have a friend that is working in the IT audit space. You can tell the person, can you help me check your internal career website if there's any job opening and send me the referral link? Or maybe a recruiter reaches out to you directly. If you have a strong LinkedIn profile, you might be in this category whereby recruiters are reaching out to you directly. If recruiters reach out to you directly, you are 8 times more likely to get hired than someone who applied coldly, right? And that's what is happening. And then if you're sending 100 applications without having one genuine conversation with a person, maybe who works in IT audit or hires for it, you are just playing a numbers game. And that the numbers will almost like always win against you. Okay, so look for someone, network, build your LinkedIn profile, network with other IT audit professionals, and then they might tell you, oh, I know someone hiring, I know a company hiring. Like, I'm not saying that you should spam people on LinkedIn. Like, it just means like you are interacting, you are commenting genuinely on posts by other people in the field. Some of you are applying for IT audit jobs and your connections are maybe nurses on LinkedIn. There are people, data analysts and all that. Like, there is no way. Okay, join your ISACA chapter if you are certified information system auditor. If you are CISA certified, Ask for connection, build these connections, build conversations. I have a friend now that is currently looking for a job and she's networking in our ISACA chapter. As a matter of fact, she's even volunteering there. I'm sure someone somewhere would say that, oh, I know this person is active in ISACA and there's a job, okay? Show up in spaces where IT audit professionals gather. Talk with IT audit professionals. Start one conversation, okay? And see how this will shift where you are correctly. Um, the fifth reason you are spraying applications instead of targeting them. It's not the number of applications you apply. You can't be applying to everything with audit in the title. Some people will just search audit and you start applying. That is why you have to have a solid foundation and know what you're applying for. Know what you are, the job description. If you don't have an understanding of the job role you are applying for, you will just spray your applications anywhere. Okay, know what you know, like know what you are capable of doing, and these are the kinds of job you apply for. Okay, you can be applying for financial audit, quality assurance. These are different disciplines with different hiring criteria. Applying to all of them with the same resume only signals that you do not actually know which one you want or what the differences are. If you are not solid, if you are not grounded, then you definitely might not know what the differences are. IT audit is different from QA, is different from financial audit. A lot of the hiring managers will notice this. And again, there's a timing problem. Yeah. You are looking for a job and you are waiting until 500 people have applied for the job before you apply. Research also shows that applications submitted in the first 48 hours after posting goes live receive significantly higher response rate, because most times these hiring managers are also human beings. So by the time you wait, maybe they've already scanned and reviewed 100 resume, and you are just applying, you are number 500 and something that you're applying. They would never get to your resume. Most roles are actually filled within 2 to 3 weeks of posting. So if you're finding roles 3 weeks after they went up and you're just applying, then you're already out of the game. So always make sure that you're applying for jobs immediately they are posted. A tip: most times these job postings goes out on maybe Sunday evening or early Monday morning. Make sure your timing is right, okay? And then I've talked about using the same resume for every application. Don't use the same resume for all your application. Make sure you tailor your resume to each job application. Okay, when you tailor your resume, at least you will pass ATS by 75%. There are a lot of tools you can also use for that to even know your score. Even LinkedIn, if you're on LinkedIn Proba, it will tell you your resume rating when you want to apply. Don't use generic resume. Make sure you filter your resume. And then I think the last thing I'll talk about is target 10 to 15 highly tailored applications, but like maybe per week or per month. If you are really like, make sure it's quality. Don't just apply randomly. Don't do easy to apply. Make sure you look at the role, look at the specific requirement, and tailor your resume and cover letter to match that. Okay, so now let's talk about the fix. Let me tell you what actually works, because I don't want you to live with these 5 problems and no direction. I've told you what your problems are. I do not want you to live with these problems. First, build the foundation before you apply. Know your 4 ITGC areas code, like know IT audit, know the foundation, know risk, know control, know how to document, know what SOX 404. Again, I am focused on teaching SOX audit, okay? Know what it is about, know what a control is, know how to test your controls. Have that foundational knowledge, okay? That is what will get you through. It will help you when you are, tailoring your resume. You cannot skip it. Don't say, oh, this IT audit is not a job you will learn on the job. You have to know it, understand, not know it, and it is not memorizing. You have to understand it before you can get a job. Then the second thing, reframe your resume in audit language. Every bullet point should reference a risk, control, or an audit activity. Okay. If it does not, rewrite it. Your experience, right? You just need to say it like the right way in audit language. And then the third thing, prepare three-star stories before every interview. Make sure you have your stories ready. Don't go to the interview and start saying Talk about a time you found a problem others missed, a time you explained something complex simply, a time you worked under pressure. These three stories would normally be covered 80% under behavioral questions. Okay, have your story, the scenarios, the scenes, the things that happen, and make sure you structure them using the star format. Then the fourth one, network intentionally, not just on LinkedIn, not just online. Reach out to one person per week. Reach out to someone who works in IT audit, not that you're asking them for a job, just to learn. You can just pick their brain. Oh, how was work this week? What audits are you working on? What controls are you testing currently? One relationship built over a month of genuine conversation is worth more than 100 cold applications. So make sure that you network with people, you talk audit. The more you talk about it, the more you understand what you're saying. Okay, stop sending applications, start doing the work. The candidates who would get the IT audit offer are not the ones who sent, like who applied the most. They are the ones who did the preparation work that most people speak. They built the foundation, they are speaking audit language, they are showing up in interviews with confidence, they are showing up in interviews with specific examples and genuine depth. This can also be available to you. It just requires a different kind of effort. It is not the volume. If you are here, like, you still want to build your foundational knowledge that makes everything I just described easier, I have my IT audit fundamentals in my next use store. It covers IT generals, controls, SOX testing, control testing methodology, like everything you need to speak confidently in your interviews, everything you need to get your resume. I also have my resume builder, like if you want, a guide to build your resume so that it can pass ATS. I also have that in my next use store. Okay, I have my IT audit roadmap also to guide you. Like this video if it gave you an honest answer you needed to hear, and then share it with someone who is stuck in the application loop. Right, don't give up. People are interviewing. I also spoke to someone yesterday that she was in a final round of interview. Yes, the competition is tough, the market is high, but if you follow the right path and know the right thing, you will definitely get your interviews rolling in. Drop a comment telling me which of these five reasons resonated most with you or most for you. I would read every single comment and I will reply. I will see you in the next one. Learn with purpose, grow with confidence, and lead with grace. My name is Layo, founder of Lions Academy. Thank you.